Good thing I don't have you on speakerphone. Dogs, you gotta go potty?
Camera. When it comes back around, I'll adjust it.
Okay,
When after it went.
yeah. Well, now we got a black box.
Oh, yep, the camera
It's-
turned around.
So he did the more, he went live.
Yeah,
After that.
be sure audio is muted.
Just have a black.
Yeah, we have Millington Township with a black screen.
It says we're live. Do we need to turn the camera around or is that no?
It's got a spin on its normally. It would show a green screen, green background.
Okay.
Actually filming.
Is someone helping or reading through the instructions too, or no?
There's
You are,
Elvin entered the waiting room,
Shows that Alvin's there, but we still have just a black box that says Millington Township.
so push admit.
What's showing me, it's got the red line along the bottom, like the meeting is all over. Should I
Okay.
take that red dot and put it at the beginning?
No.
I think it shows that anyways, I think it shows as Brad Block this is live.
Okay, but we have no picture.
It says 5 people are watching, but
Is the camera?
No,
Okay.
it's facing the wall.
so it's on here.
Okay.
5 people are watching. We just have to get it to,
Okay, do we have a picture?
so
Okay,
that isn't, the camera isn't green.
yeah, she said the connection's missing from the camera. So how do we connect the camera?
Elvin's gonna need to mute his.
How do I get back to that?
Your little bar at the bottom that has the little.
Yeah. So. Black circle, okay. It says it's already running.
You open it up.
Here comes the camera.
It's waking up. That might have worked, Jackie.
What short meat? And you guys want time?
Do I need to go through all the steps again to make sure, or?
Shouldn't, but I have the Elvin right now.
I can hear it there.
Okay,
Are we ready?
do I do start recording or is it already recording? Do that, okay.
What is the instructions there?
Well, yeah, recording wasn't highlighted, but now it is. So maybe now we got them all going. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Website, it just says Millington Township, it doesn't even show you guys.
Start the virtual camera.
Are we there yet? I put start virtual camera.
I don't see it yet, hold on, let me see if it'll refresh. No.
Can't load.
Just not,
Are you ready?
but just like technology.
No, we're not.
Dumb.
Yeah,
it should just send, it should just send, like, Colby, please don't bark at me while I'm on the phone.
Would it be that I need to do the stop recording?
Yeah.
Never touched that stop recording bar.
Yeah, I did, the camera turned and then it was not showing us,
Is it recording?
so I put start, I hit
This is
start recording.
This is recording. This is what people are seeing.
Oh, no.
And before that, you can see it.
Okay,
All right, I mean, I hate to keep you guys waiting. I get your camera turned.
I can picture, they can hear the phone activity.
Does that seem like it would work if I come up? I hope I can be a help.
well, yeah, you might be able to get farther than we do, we're stuck. Okay, see you in a bit.
I'll be up in just a minute.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
She's gonna come up.
Since they can hear, can we get started? Or do you think that would be a bad idea?
I think we should wait myself,
Okay.
but that's whatever you guys think.
I think we all get started. Wait long enough.
And with Robert, if they can hear us.
Are you sure they can?
Oh, well, I can hear it on my phone. Yes, okay. Do you think that would be a bad idea?
I'm gonna call this meeting to order. Lori, do a roll call, please.
Charzell,
Here,
Ernest,
here.
Cameron, here, Cook,
Here.
and Nick.
Here. Please silence all cell phones. We'll do pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, before we do public comment, I'd like everybody to raise their hand to be recognized by the chair to speak. And also the board, we're gonna be a little more efficient. I want the board to also raise their hands and get, to speak to be recognized by the chair. That way we're not hovering over each other. So public comment.
But before we do that, I'd like to add something to the agenda, the planning commission liaison. And if we could do that before public comment, it would be good.
I don't know if we can on special meeting, can we?
Well, we can vote on it.
We are allowed to add things to a special meeting.
Okay,
As long as the board.
And,
agrees.
and I would like to, also add anybody that's on the planning commission, give them 5 minutes to speak.
Why would we do that?
Why not? The
It's
latest
not a-
gets to work, it
It's
gets,
according to our policy. We need to keep with the policy.
why can't they speak?
They can speak 3 minutes of public comment.
Why we amended it for her then?
No, I
We're
said,
amending,
She
we're
was-
amending.
I'm making a motion that we add an agenda item, like we do at other
I don't think
normal
we can
meetings.
in a special meeting. I think you gotta go by what's on the board.
I did look at it ahead of time because there was something I wanted to add, but I didn't feel there would be enough agreement, so I just did not add what I wanted to add, but it did say that if the board is in agreement, we could add something to a special meeting.
Let's go ahead and make your motion, I guess.
I move that we add planning commission liaison to the agenda before public comment.
Support.
There's bit,
I just, what do you mean by that? Like you
Just
just
public,
that?
yeah, public, planning commission liaison.
you can't say it in 3 minutes.
Yes, but I'm not on public comment.
You can be in public comment.
We have a motion.
Is, Is there anything else, Ed? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Me? Motion passed.
You're opposed.
Yes. I'd also like to add anybody that's on the planning commission, give them 5 minutes for a rebuttal.
We are just trying to gather information tonight, but we do need to follow policy.
We're already not following policy.
I think Laura just did say you could add
Okay,
something.
okay, well, we will check into that. Okay, motion died from support. Okay, public comment.
I think she wanted to add her agenda item before.
To be
public comment.
first.
Before.
Okay,
Dear members of the Township Board, I am submitting this letter to formally resign as my position on the Township Board's liaison to the Planning Commission, effective immediately. After careful consideration, I believe this is the appropriate time for the Planning Commission to assume full responsibility for its own minutes, notices, postings, and procedural duties. My stepping back from the liaison role will encourage the commission to take direct ownership of these responsibilities. This will allow me to continue focusing my efforts on my duties as a township board member without being distracted or adding unnecessary complications during the board's ongoing review of planning commission matters. I remain committed to serving the township to the best of my ability and will continue to support efforts that promote transparency, accuracy, and effective governance. Thank you for the opportunity to serve in this capacity. Respectfully submitted, Luann Jarzel. Here's a
Okay,
copy to go
is
with
that
the
it?
minutes for Laura.
Thank you.
okay, any other public comment?
Can we have Jackie get the video going now, please? Yes, please.
Yes, Bob,
While Jackie's here, might want to ask her about adding item onto an agenda of a special meeting.
okay.
Come on, let's cancel.
We click that,
What?
set up a broadcast before you start streaming.
Jackie knows her channel, or at least knowing her phone.
Manage broadcast. Broadcast. Right? Automatic Township, Millington Township live stream automatically create a YouTube studio. This one. And then select.
Sorry.
Jackie, I've got to look up on my phone.
Is it still showing blast? It's showing blast. Dang it. All right, now let's maybe. I forgot to hit start stream.
I have a sledgehammer out in the car if you think that would help.
Probably would.
It might help.
Yeah,
Can't do any harm.
this doesn't make any sense. It's,
Did you do the three dots?
oops, sorry, Luann. Where, what dots? On the Zoom?
They got those three dots.
Oops.
Yeah. No, not them.
All then. All right, let's go here. Get started.
Yep.
I reached out to our attorney.
I'm sorry that you guys have to go through this.
So I just want you to read that.
No, I'll plan to figure it out tomorrow.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
Mhm.
It shouldn't be this hard. I didn't get rid of Elvin, did I?
I don't think so.
Okay. Oh my goodness sakes. All right, well. I'm going to call Isaiah. So. Okay. Okay.
Okay, public comment.
Caroline Loomis, 5863 Millington Road. This week, I received my property taxes. Sharon, I'm assuming you send them out.
We have a company that sends them.
Okay, so you're not putting them in an envelope here.
No,
So is that why we don't get any garbage, recycle information anymore? We get nothing.
yeah, it's not put into the taxes any longer.
Is there something you can do to change it? Because I personally have called other townships and everybody gets theirs. But
That's other townships. You're welcome to get them from here. And I think
Well,
you have
I-
someone that could take them home. No, they are not, it's extra cost. And I did not include them.
What extra cost?
It's extra cost from the company that we use that mails them out.
I guess I don't understand how other townships can do it, but we can't. You got elderly parents too. Do they come and get it?
If someone calls the office and would like them mailed to them, we would be glad to do that. And we do that.
Isn't
So
that?
they are available.
But you guys did it 3 years ago and we've done it for many years and all of a sudden now, no.
That's right. We're not doing it any longer.
Wow, I think that's very inconsiderate to us taxpayers.
Any other public comment? Peggy.
Mashke 7951 Houston Drive. I'm both disappointed and frustrated to be here speaking with you this evening. I've attended several board meetings of the different boards, reviewed several board meetings online as well. And after attending and reviewing these meetings, I've seen several errors by several people on various boards, as well as other township officials. Yet it seems to be that the planning commission is continuously under review, while the remainder of the boards are not. Case in point, the zoning administrator stated in 2 different meetings at different times that no names were named on her charges against the planning commission members report. Yet on page 7 in the last paragraph, the ZOA does in fact name names. The ZOA specifically lists items from Mashke and Zavitz. This is now a public document which damages the reputation of 2 people without any agreement that those accusations are correct or that malfeasance was committed. It seems that several people, my husband being one of them, are constantly under scrutiny and their actions are being reviewed more than others. Another situation I'd like to share with you: several weeks ago, Ed was building me a couple of wood shelves in our storage garage for me to put my cups in. Thank you, honey. And the assistant zoning ordinance administrator visited our garage to inspect what was happening and see what Ed was doing. I wonder how many others in the township have had such a visit simply for building a few wood shelves in their garage. During my years of management, I've learned that one of the most important duties and obligations of a manager is to treat people fairly and equally. We even teach this to our kids in school, right? No bullying. But from my perspective, the board members of the various boards in this township are not being treated equally. It appears as though there is a group of people out there that are tarnishing the reputations of several good people, so that they're removed from the board, so that others from groups of friends or family can be appointed, thus allowing them to push through or stop ordinances that benefit their own agenda. Thank you.
Thanks, Peg.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Ed?
Okay, I'm gonna have a tool hand on one of the skills, so you have a copy of what I'm going to present here. If you want to still go on path. Ed Maschke, 7951 Houston Drive. Regarding the conflict of interest accusations made by Steve Lay against me, I ask, why is this being raised again? I'm gonna say again. As the documentation supports, these accusations were made in 2023. At that time, I was informed that our township attorney reviewed the accusations and determined that there was no merit to the conflict of interest accusations. I did not ask to be on the planning commission so I could change ordinance to benefit myself. I was asked by Dick Kiter, an LR resident at the time, to replace him since he wanted to retire from the planning commission. So with that, I asked to be placed on the December 15th Millington Township meeting agenda to provide more documentation. Also, it has come to my attention that on November 5th, the zoning administrator forwarded draft ordinance amendments to the Tuscola County Planning Commission. This was prior to the Millington Township Planning Commission ever seeing the draft. I'm gonna say it again, ever seeing these drafts. We never seen them before they were sent out. A public hearing or any approval from the Planning Commission. She never informed us she was even doing that. Again, I asked to be placed on the December 15th Millington Township meeting agenda to provide more documentation and for the board to provide corrective actions to prevent this type of actions from happening again. Thank you.
Thanks, Ed. Anybody else?
Yeah, you okay if I stand back here, because there's not a camera, you can hear me.
Okay,
I just wanna talk about Ed's appointment. I was supervisor at the time. And as you know, supervisors recommend to the board who to put on the planning commission, correct? Everybody in agreement on that?
yes.
Sharon was on the board also. Dick Kiter was getting off the planning commission. And Dick apparently talked to Dick Cobb. Dick Cobb was a clerk at the time for Millington Township who lived on Murphy Lake. Dick Cobb came to me and said, hey, would you consider putting someone from Murphy Lake on the planning commission? Because we need someone that lives out at Murphy Lake to represent the Murphy Lake area. You remember that, Sharon?
Not exactly, but I'm sure.
Yeah. So that's how Ed Maschke's name came to the board from me, from Dick Cobb saying, I would recommend putting someone on the board from Murphy Lake to represent the Murphy Lake area. I just want to clarify how Mr. Motchke became a member of the planning commission, whatever year that was, somewhere between 2008 and 12. Thank you.
Thanks, Bob. Anybody else? Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, Steve Lake, 7,600 Osborne. I wasn't gonna speak tonight. I think you have before you a lot of charges. But I feel compelled to say a few thoughts. First of all, I'd like to say that the facts are the fact. Facts don't lie. And you need to gather all the facts. All the facts. Don't shut anybody down in comments time. Let them talk. Get the facts. And then all you have to do as elected officials is follow the ordinances, which is our local law. And that's that simple. It has nothing to do with whether you like somebody or you don't like somebody, or they've been here this many years, or whatever friendship you have with them. The facts are the facts. Gather all the facts as elected body of this township, and then do what the ordinances say you must do. That's all you can do. That's all you have to do. That's why we elected you to do this tough job. So regardless of what you find, you must deliver local law. I would also like to say that, I brought those charges up that Mr. Maskey referred to over 2 years ago. And, it was never handled properly. I never had a hearing. And that's malfeasance from the board, from the supervisor, whoever. You can't send the wrong material to the attorney that you were getting ready to let loose at the time. And then when I find out about it, you sent the right material, but all she gets cut from her job, comes back and says, there's nothing there. Well, that's not what the law says. The law says in 1601, there should be a hearing. So it's been swept under the rug for 2 years. It needs to be dealt with. Dick Kiter and I sailed a lot, good friends over the years. We did some things together, coached his kids. Dick said that he appointed Ed, and he said he regretted it after he found out about the STR issue. He had a couple of beers with him. Dick passed away, but he was upset over this issue. And I remember him sitting at the board meetings, pointing his finger when this STR issue came down. He'd just gotten off the board and he was hot about it, as 80-some people from the lake were. And Dick pointed his finger and just said, fix it. In fact, he spoke twice that night. He was rather upset. That's all on camera. So we need to fix it with the facts. And I thank you for what you're doing. Thanks.
Thanks, Steve. Anybody else? Go ahead, Emery.
Emery Close. I'm looking over the agenda here, and it kind of looks like is this public hearing tonight for the OMA? Because that's what it kind of looks like, and you're gonna do some action items on it. If it is the public hearing, was it posted in the paper? Because that's supposed to be posted in the paper for any public hearing. Just asking. In as everyone's talked tonight, everyone has good points. But all we've ever wanted was to follow the ordinances and do things right. And that's what we're pushing for. And it's been explained several times. That's why it's come to stuff like this. It has nothing to do with picking on anybody. It has nothing to do with bullying. It has to do with doing things right. When this came up, I brought it to the attention. I was told by Mr. Loomis that I had to take it to the state police. That was wrong. No disregard. I'm just saying, and then I brought it to you guys again. And now we're here. And this was supposed to be, if it's gonna be a public hearing tonight, it should have been posted. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Emery. Anybody else? Oh,
Picture's working, I think.
you done, Jackie?
Thank
I
you.
got a question. I was asked to ask you.
Yeah, but.
Can you add stuff to a special meeting agenda?
Yes, you can. I mean, Laura looked it up. So,
She's a township clerk, she's elected.
No, I was asked to ask you, so,
Well, that's just what I was told
okay.
from MTA
Yeah,
when I was.
I was too, but we'll check it out.
Yep. That's
Thank
fine.
you.
Yeah.
See you, Jackie. Our own keys.
Okay, are we ready for?
we're going, yeah. We're live.
No, what I'm saying we was gonna look at the film.
Oh, well, don't let her get away then.
Well, I thought that's why we was here.
Yeah, but that's a separate paper and
Do we all need to, I mean, we've all reviewed it, right? Do we need to watch it again?
I do believe we need to watch it.
Okay.
That's what it was told, to make sure.
is
I
this
thought that's
telling
the
me to
reason
click,
for this meeting.
telling me to click on something that is not on here? See, I gotta click on that and that's not there.
I'm calling you.
Yeah, this doesn't match what the screen
We
shows.
want to play the beginning of the meeting to review.
They wanna do this.
So you want to minimize this. Where's the mouse? Look at me walking with my chocolate. Oh. This is saying go to Zoom. Share. This is ridiculous. Because your normal screen is not. Let's go to Alvin.
Kelvin's in the right place, huh?
Maybe. Because I want that screen. Well, can you do
There's that little thing right there.
yeah, that's the video that you want to play. Here we are. Now we're gonna go to share. And we're gonna share entire screen.
Sure.
Okay, now we're sharing. But we want
Well, he should.
fun. Okay, now you guys are sharing that.
Okay, and then when we're done with that, how do we,
So you're gonna click stop share
okay,
and then it'll go back to the
Regular.
normal meeting.
Okay,
Before we begin our review, I would want to provide a clear description of what generally constitute a violation of the Open Meetings Act. The Open Meetings Act requires that the decision-making process of a public body take place openly so that the public can observe the deliberation leading to decisions. A violation of the Open Meeting Act may occur when a quorum of the public body, a majority of the members, engage in a discussion, deliberation, or decision-making outside of a properly noticed and open meeting. This means talking about, debating, or exchanging views on matters that are within the body's authority or will foreseeably come before it. This includes discussions before a meeting has officially been called to order if a quorum is present and the discussion involves public business. It is important to note that casual or social conversation that does not involve public business is not a violation. A quorum must be present for Open Meeting Act violation to occur, and the key factor is whether the members are discussing or deliberating public business, not whether they reached a final decision. So today we will review the video to determine whether a quorum of Planning Commission members engaged in any discussion of Planning Commission business prior to the official start of the meeting, and whether the discussion rises to the level of deliberation under the Open Meetings Act.
Thanks, but next time I run the meeting so you can,
Oh, I needed to raise my hand?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
I'm
so
so
you get
sorry.
recognized.
Okay, I'll do that next time.
That's the rule.
I'm not used to that rule.
Well, maybe you'll learn after a while.
Okay.
Okay,
You
we're ready.
Start playing. Did you push play?
I thought she said we were sharing.
No, we gotta play the meeting.
Is there a reason that
Can you turn the volume up or?
that complaint,
No,
the administrator didn't, and the front office didn't send it back to us? Why?
All the way up.
Yes.
That's a good call.
Okay.
Thanks.
there's discrepancies in the special district that we issued.
The reason it's coming to us today is because there was a complaint about the park that came in here. That got referred to. So we have to address that.
You're also really can't address anything, it's going on the EDA, that's all not doing.
Oh, it hasn't been there yet?
It doesn't go there.
Oh, well, we have to table that unless Paul has specific questions, right?
The way I read this, isn't the complaint non-farming?
The complaints on the fact that people park where the, said he wasn't supposed to. That's what had to be addressed.
It's not, it's not the appeal to.
No,
No,
no, it's not.
what is that show? I mean,
Really, for what's tonight, I didn't know more than you guys do. I've only gotten what's in the packet, right?
I should have answered that.
Thanks, thanks. But it's.
Okay, so the second one, it's an appeal with because we approved it.
It'll be the second Thursday next month. Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Well, that's the appeal that became approved.
No, it was a, you to exhaust the complaints about parking.
The appeal was strange, I haven't seen it.
I don't know if the appeals based on.
Sorry, so you'll have these. That's, you'll have.
Yes, you,
I can show up for that. I've never seen it. I mean, it's like, do you have it? Just, asking?
no, I do not have, for the ZBA, I do not know exactly what they are right now.
Yes, I'm sorry, I got a bunch of numbers.
Yes, your item number 4 under new business, parking complaint and investigation. So that's the thing, Alvin. Do we go in depth on the parking plan? Or just make sure he has, Paul Dudley has the information that it is good repair for them. That's it was there.
Yeah, I should say, we don't do parking. The appeals, I don't, why are we even dealing with parking, it's like they're penalized.
No, it's not an appeal on parking.
Like, that's what I'm getting at, they have an appeal for the, of the, lot. So if they have an appeal on something, why you don't park? That was the reason.
Oh, if they don't, if they say it's okay to have it.
Right, then let's. Then we go back, then we go back. Instructions in the change. Then we make changes in some, for there's a revisions. Travel, then we can get used to the stuff, that's.
Yeah.
I chose it for 30 minutes, that's what the stuff. Just seems to me we're wasting our time.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about it until straight up.
Well, I'm not sure what it's even about, I haven't seen anything, I just heard that. I was thinking that's where the parking.
Well, Tammy had sent us some stuff. Did you see Tammy?
But it doesn't say what the, yeah, it doesn't say what the appeal.
No, it doesn't address the field, it addresses the issue tonight.
And I get the issue tonight, but why do anything with it if there's.
This report that she sent to us on set. That's what we addressed tonight, just I was wondering. So I know this information on anything else, except
And that's, I know, that's mine, you know, that's what I said, this is for everything. Well, you have to have the deal up your points of the slots, let's wait till it. Because we might have to go back to the slow.
you can ask there. But this came in as a complaint, so it's kind of like gray area, the separate issuers.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I don't know who's.
Because it was not the issue, and we're gonna, this, because that's not, then why are we gonna prevent you?
Well, you should, they're not to, no, I think that. Read that sweet, you know, and of course, I over it, you see, it's not, it's fine,
The next time. All the, I don't remember, what, I didn't see under help. There's special use permits, there's 3 things that you're supposed to go for the college. Yeah. They did not fulfill the 3 things. There's 3 things that you're supposed to have in order to be able to file.
You were on vacation for 3 weeks and I came back and I told them all, kind of playing catch up for that kind of stuff, but I didn't get any notice whether it's. Found that out. That's the agreement you got tonight? Yeah. Good.
I agree with you, but this, if it's under review, it's still, it is another thing. So why go through it?
Parking's not under appeal. The commitment,
Until that's settled,
we should go and say, yes, right, but what we should do is make sure. That Paul Dudley has all the information he needs to be ready for that story hasn't been up. There was no story. With my come to this. This is. Okay. Just come to. Yeah, really cool. This stuff is different.
Justin.
We're gonna call the meeting to order. We're gonna start with roll call. Mr. Maskey. Here. Bucker. Here. Here. Compliments, that's all. Did you guys all get a chance to go over the agenda and look at it so we can approve tonight's agenda for the review? Does everything look correct on the agenda?
Yeah, the only thing I noticed
You don't need
was.
to watch the whole meeting, right? Beginning,
We can.
Watch the whole meeting?
Were
right, 2 hours.
the last meeting.
You got time? You got time?
Oh, yeah, I got all night.
Okay. Well, that, I mean, I think we've seen what we need to see. What's your thoughts?
Your call.
Well, that's my call.
You want to turn it
Yeah,
off?
please.
Sure. Did you guys?
Now,
want
if there's anything else we need to relate to, we can
Last week's
go back to it.
Sorry, I was off. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I was on the. Meeting minutes don't reflect the late.
Oh, the meeting minutes.
Meeting minutes, yeah, sorry, meeting minutes don't reflect, but,
Agenda.
right, but they're already on
Push
the
the pause
agenda,
right there.
so I don't.
Okay, anybody got any questions? Chair's got a, oh, you got something?
Is this a hearing? Or what are we doing here?
Laura? Is this a hearing or is it a review?
I thought you were leading the meeting.
No, I'm asking you.
It's a special meeting.
Okay.
We're reviewing the formal
Okay.
complaint. So I think this is the time where if we have questions about what we just watched, that we get that out in the open.
Yep. Any questions? The chair's got a question for Luann. I've listened to this. Are they talking about the ZBOA appeal? Or what exactly? I mean, I know you was involved in it, so could you give me I can't ask the planning commission, so I probably could ask you.
You
What
can
exactly
ask the
were you
planning
talking about?
commission.
You told me I couldn't.
I said they didn't need to speak more than 5 minutes.
I'm talking to Luann. Luann?
They were asking why the complaint about parking was on the agenda for the PC meeting when there was an appeal to the zoning board of appeals on that permit. That's what they were questioning.
So it really was nothing. Okay. Does anybody else on the planning commission like to speak? I was told I could do that. Go ahead, Ed.
Okay. So, as the YouTube video shows, at the time of the open conversation, I was working on finalizing the setup of the video equipment and preparing for the meeting. I made a comment that we need to make sure Paul Dudley had the information about the vehicle parking complaint. And this stems from when I contacted Paul Dudley, that he was on the planning commission meeting as directed by, votes from this board meeting, right? He informed me that he was not aware that the complaint was still active. He wasn't notified of the previous township meeting where it was discussed and moved to our meeting. He wasn't notified of that meeting. He also didn't receive any documentation about the complaint. This is very disappointing to me. So I wanted to make sure that Paul Dudley, at least if we weren't gonna speak about it in our meeting, that he got the correct documentation. Because he had complaints against him. He had this 2 board meetings that he may not even still had the documentation that we had received, okay? So that's what I was pushing. Now, the other thing is, yes, we were talking about removing the parking complaint from the agenda, okay, taking that off of Paul Dudley. Again, I want to make sure we question him, make sure he had this information. The parking complaint was not part of the original zoning board of appeals complaint to the board. So really, they were separate, okay? Now, it was reviewed when they had the zoning board of appeals meeting. But if you looked at the documentation that was submitted, the complaint did not list parking complaint in the ZBO meeting against Douglas. So.
So is this a clarification you're saying, or? make
Well,
sure you had the information?
And that was just it. It was like originally Tammy Desert asked to have his parking complaint put on the agenda based off of your meeting, right? And then when the zoning board of appeals meeting came up, she sent another email, and I forget, over the weekend, right before our meeting, saying we should take it off. So that's what we were trying to get an understanding of what was the background of it. Did it conflict with the zoning board of appeals activity that was going on or not?
This topic that you guys were discussing was on your agenda?
Yes, it was already on the agenda sheet, yes.
So,
Okay.
so technically you should,
We shouldn't have been discussing in that detail
that is
prior to starting the meeting.
part of an open meeting
Right,
violation.
right, we shouldn't have been in that level of discussion prior to the meeting starting. That level of discussion should have probably had, in
During the
During the meeting.
yes, yeah, I
Okay,
agree with that.
yeah, I just want some clarification on exactly what was said, or, okay,
Another question?
any other questions for him?
I didn't think so.
Okay, thanks, Ed.
Back and fence.
Okay, any other questions or?
I would just like to say that I think it's pretty obvious that it was a Opens Meeting Act violation, but was it done maliciously, or were they just trying to clarify things before it started and they shouldn't have been doing it? I mean,
Yeah, I don't think they did it intentionally or maliciously, but
it did
it
happen.
did happen. I'm not doubting that. I'm not disagreeing with that, and I'm not taking it lightly either. Go ahead. Laura.
Can we make note that Mr. Opperman was not part of that? I mean, I didn't hear him say anything.
No, he came in later, so yeah, I agree. Anything, Sharon?
I do feel it was a violation of Open Meetings Act. I agree, it was not intentional, it was not malicious, like you said. I feel it was an error, and we need to, as a board, talk to them about it and set up maybe some issues. I would like to know what Emery would like to see happen. And I do have some suggestions if the board does feel it was a definite Open Meetings Act violation. And I'm willing to give some suggestions if you would like.
Probably do that at the end for the action items.
That'd be fine.
Luann, what, anything you
Well,
comments?
at the time, I thought it was just a procedural thing to clarify a thing, but then it went far in it, so I understand differently now.
Okay. Okay, I agree. I guess that's all we've got for that. Okay,
Can I give my suggestions now? Or
Yeah,
you
go
wanted to,
ahead.
or did you want to give?
well, I didn't know if you want to do it during action items.
Okay, so then maybe just to give you something to think about. I think maybe because of the violation, we may, maybe as a board, require formal OMA training for all planning commission members. Maybe a written document for the members, that the conduct was unacceptable, and that's just more or less to be clarifying. I also think that possibly we need to specify that no polling or pre-deliberation outside of a meeting, no group emails, texts, or serial discussions about business outside public meetings, informational emails without deliberation or decisions, they are allowed. And we need to clarify that if you're getting information, that would be allowed, but not deliberation. That's the difference. And then I don't know if there's anything we could do as a consequence for future violations. I'm not sure that's even a possibility. These are just some suggestions. Maybe have an acknowledgement letter sent to them. um, Acknowledging what happened and maybe even acknowledging that they will do the OMA training within a specific amount of time. So that's kind of my suggestions. I don't know if anyone else has any suggestions of.
I agree. I agree with the training part of it, Sharon. I would like to even extend it even further. I would like to include all the board members, the planning commission, the zoning board of appeals, and the zoning administrator. I think everybody needs this training.
I agree. But at this point, let's just take care of what's on the agenda for tonight.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm
Yeah,
just saying, I
but
think we need to extend
totally
that.
right.
And I know Gordon Love offered to come and give us some training.
Yes.
That would be a possibility also.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
So I think it's
I
something.
think we all could use it. I mean, I really do.
I agree. And I think this is something we can't take lightly.
Yep.
And I think maybe if we do these steps, it would satisfy Mr. Close for that we are acknowledging the incident
Mhm.
and taking care of it, and maybe that would satisfy his.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. Okay. Everybody happy with that, or any more comments?
Emery, do you
Okay.
have anything you'd like to add?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Emery. I want to hear what you got to say.
We've all been saying we want to go by the ordinances and get back to the basics. Have every board, everybody. Next section, and all this is great. Let's do it right. Let's do it at the public hearing. Like it's supposed to be done, like our ordinance say. So this is all good. But we found there's a violation. What's the next step?
So you would like to see a public hearing?
That's the next step. I'm not saying that, I'm not to be bad here. I'm saying we want to follow the ordinances. Let's do it right. We're supposed to have a public hearing next, if we find the violation. Yes, and all that's great stuff, and you can do it, but that's to be do it done at a public hearing.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
No.
Ordinances say. I'm
Okay.
just telling you
So
what
you
your,
want the
what your
next-
local law says.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Emery. Number 2, Bob Worth.
Hey, getting first to my items that I brought forth to the township board on their August 18th meeting where I was removed from the agenda. You have the packets that I brought. This must be every soon. I don't know what you're looking at.
He gave us a.
That
Oh, the last meeting.
second thing that I'm gonna talk about.
Oh, I didn't bring my, I thought maybe.
Okay.
I don't have it.
You know, I just wanted to point out, like I said before, in last month at the public comment. Since I couldn't speak. That on your Freedom of Information request form, it says that the township will deliver. Freedom of Information Act information for 37 cents per mile. And the township pays people 70 cents a mile that they drive. So, you know, you're at a net law. And Mrs. Cameron wanted solutions. And if you guys want solutions on this, am I gonna be paid by the hour to give solutions as a consultant? Or are you guys gonna figure out how to fix something where you have a net loss? Gee whiz, what would you do? Would you maybe say whatever the IRS allowable amount would be what would be charged? I'm just asking. Would that be a solution?
Thing to do.
Maybe. Huh, imagine that. Second thing, your October 18th, 2021 board meeting. You listed duties and responsibilities for all jobs and members of the township as needed. Sabgash will work on finding these out at the next meeting. The next meeting, November 15th, 2021. Township Sabgash received some information from MPA for job description, responsibilities, and duties. The township board is responsible for listing duties and responsibilities for other committees. Has that been done? I could not find it anywhere in your minutes if that's been followed through, because it's been 4 years. Comments, questions for me on that?
So who do you feel would be the one to make sure this gets done?
I'm not on the board. I wouldn't make that decision.
I'm just seeing what your recommendation might be.
I wouldn't have a recommendation on that for the board because I think that the board would have to know their statutory duties. Thus, knowing whose job it would be to compile duties.
I'm just
and
saying, I'm just
responsibilities.
asking who you thought would be the overseer.
Yes,
Am I correct in understanding that you were previously on this board, correct?
yes, I was, ma'am.
What years were you on the board?
I was elected in 2008, the same year that
And how long were you on the township board?
Ms. Kindness was there.
Okay,
I
so-
was supervisor for 4 years. What was I on, trustee for, I don't know, 1 or 2 terms, I don't remember.
Okay, so 2008 to
20?
20, okay.
Like
And
12
in that
years.
full time, you were on the board for 12 years. And did you guys have a list of duties and job descriptions?
We didn't have that compiled on our minutes
So
like
you-
that.
So you didn't have it either?
We did have for zoning board
So it was.
administrator. Did you want me to answer or you want to talk over me?
I'm just asking, you asked a question and
Yeah.
I'm answering back.
And repeat that question again, so I make
was just-
sure I get it
You're
clarified.
asking us
Yeah.
for a list of job duties and.
I'm just
descriptions
asking
for-
if that
okay,
has
are you
been
asking me
followed
or are you
through.
talking over me?
I'm asking if that has been followed through yet.
Oh, you have to open it.
Nothing but you can't come in. So anyway, I'm just going by your minutes.
Okay.
Because I know in our meeting that you and I had recorded here, sitting right over here on the table.
Yeah.
On that Friday, what would that have been, Friday?
It was the Wednesday.
Whatever,
Sorry, go ahead.
anyways. You had made comment to me that you had been here since 2024.
Yes.
In the recording, that was your comment, you've been here
Yeah.
since 2024. In the official minutes, I believe minutes from the township are official record, correct? That you were actually sworn in as deputy clerk in February 23rd, I believe it was, of 2022.
And do you know the statutory duties of the deputy clerk? They're completely different than the clerk.
Okay,
I
I'm just
have-
curious what you, okay, we're good.
So we're clear that you also, while you were on the board, had no job duties or job descriptions for the.
Excuse me, for the board?
For this board, because that's what you're asking me for. That's
No,
what you're asking
no,
us.
no, no, I'm just asking what was in your minutes if that's ever been
From
followed through.
2021.
I'm not asking you, I'm just asking the whole board.
Okay, well, I'm
If
just
you look
asking
at
you,
the
because
second
if
part
you
of
were there
this,
for 12 years
if
and
you
you
look
didn't
at
have
that-
anything for 12 years. So guys, I have added it to our list of things to do. We will have to figure out, we get a list of job duties and descriptions
we
together.
had job duties for the secretary at
And
the
you have a
time,
list.
and we had job duties for the zoning administrator.
Okay, I know we have them for the zoning
Okay,
administrator.
all right. Those were the ones that we had, but I'm just going by it, just said,
I do know we got statutory duties
yeah,
and also, like the different committees.
sure. Sure, I just seen that in your minutes and I'm just asking if that ever been followed through was in the record. Okay. Back there in the September meeting, I think it was September. The township board voted to pay for the expenditures for the publication mailings and any other related expenses for the Praise the Tabernacle Church. For the simple yay nay vote. And when you expend township money, how are you supposed to do it?
Roll call.
Roll call. That didn't happen. Did it get fixed?
Did it get fixed, Mr. Loomis?
Oh, you're the treasurer. You expend the money. You write
I'm not the
checks.
one that runs the meeting.
You have 17 years seniority. When that happened, you should have picked up on it. Hey, we're expending money.
sorry,
We
I did-
gotta do a roll call.
Sorry, it got missed.
Okay. Is that gonna be fixed? At some point in time.
Yes, it will be.
Okay, good. Thank you. I had asked, now, I won't go there right yet. I had presented the office administrative assistant on November 18th, a list of requests for a FOIA. And one of those was the correspondence that people or groups have brought to the township so that the township board members could review before they were added to the agenda. This request would include notes from their public comments that they're required to make according to your agenda policy. So the board would be able to determine and justify these people to be able to be added to the township agenda. And on that, the response I got, there were 5 times. I only asked for years 24 and 25 up to now. There were 5 instances where people were on the agenda that they had given the board, I think it's in your handouts, correct? From what Ms. Cameron sent me, and I give it to you guys, it would be items number 4, item number 5, item number 6, and number 7 on the things that I gave you. Okay? And I cannot find anywhere in the video where these people spoke at public comment and presented what they wanted to present to the board to see if they were able to get onto the agenda. Per your township agenda policy.
I have some of them here
That
that
was
were here that,
have
Morris
different than what I
have,
requested.
I have information that I kept on my personal, minutes of things that were brought to me or given to us ahead of time.
So, well, I don't think your personal apply to what I FOIA'd from the township records. And I think that would differ.
Okay.
And you can see item number 4, I see Mr. Cook was going through them. Where Mark, what's his last name? Morris. And Sherry Morris would like to be on the agenda. This, I'm looking at item number 4. Hi, Carrie. Mark and Sherry Morris would like to be on the agenda for the meeting on the 15th. This would be January 15th, and this was dated, this email was on January 4th of 2024. Mark's topic, STR discussion on Tuscola County, STRs and discussion of Tuscola County Board meeting. Sherry's topic, STR, tax concerns, non-conforming use, etc. Please call with any questions or concerns. That's the only thing that I was provided that they asked to be on the agenda for, and they were allowed. And there was no public comment before. There was no other than this. I'm just paraphrasing Mrs. Cameron's comment to me that I couldn't have been any more vague if I would have tried. You can't be any more vague if you try on that one. At least in my uneducated opinion on the vagueness of what you would need. Item number 5. From Paul and Renee Dudley on Friday, February 16th, 2024 at 10:27 a.m. This is going to be for the February 19th, 2024 township meeting. Hi, Carrie. I spoke with Robert this morning to get approval to be on the agenda for Monday's township meeting. I know 10 minutes is allowed. I didn't even know that was a rule either. I think it should take much less time. Topic, special use permit, STR rentals, LR, and residential district. Thanks, Paul. Well, that's not quite as vague, but where's the other background information needed for the board to make a decision if he could be on the agenda? Did that happen? I couldn't find it anywhere on your minutes or on your recordings. No. Well, I'm sorry, that wasn't on the recording. You didn't have that done. Item number 6 for the February 19th, 2024 township meeting. Terry Tussle to the supervisor, Reed, Mark, and I would like to be on the agenda for Monday the 19th. That's being February. Terry wrote, hi, I need background information regarding the concerns so it can be emailed to all board members. I need this today because I'm off tomorrow. We are closed on Monday. I have attached a meeting agenda policy. So, and then on February 15th, 2024, 9:47 a.m. Sherry Morris wrote to the supervisor, Mark and I'd like to be on the agenda for the 19th. Hi, Robert. I know Mark was in and requested, but just in case, thanks, Sherry. Mark and I'd like to be on Monday night's 19th agenda. New developments, Mark is new developments in STR. Sherry addressing Tammy Danzer's report and special use permit. That's pretty vague. And was there anything there that they followed your policy? Is there, you know, Mrs. Skynet, you really lambasted me about not following the procedure. Did this follow the procedure? I'm wondering. Item number 7. February 19th, 2024 township meeting. From the supervisor to Carrie Putzel about the Mark and I would like to be on the agenda for Monday the 19th. Same thing, it was just a hi, Robert. I know Mark was in requested, but just in case, thanks, Sherry. Thanks, Sherry. Mark and I would like to be on Monday night's 19th agenda. Again, Mark, new developments in STR, Sherry addressing Tammy Denver's report and special use permit. And that was at 9:51 a.m. Once again, here we are repeating. It didn't follow your. Let's see, how is that? Millington Township
Those two are the same.
agenda.
They are the same, I mean.
Yeah.
Millington Township agenda policy to be allowed to be on the agenda. Okay, so when I requested some information from Ms. Cameron on some things on this Freedom of Information Act that I turned in,
Mr. Ward, are you moving on to a different topic?
I'm going to sub item number 3 or item number 3. How's that?
I do have a quick question. So what you're saying is in the past, we did not follow our policy, which apparently was voted in 2023. Looks like it was approved January 16th of 2023.
And the revision was in September
15th of 2023.
Yep.
Okay, so that was 2023. Everything you just pointed out was in 2024. So the board did not follow policy back then.
That's my statement that I'm making.
Okay, and then when we did enforce the policy, we finally decided, okay, we're going to enforce the policy. It's bad then? Because we chose
We'll
to
talk
do it
on that
to
in a
you?
little while here on my
Okay.
second portion. We'll bring that portion
Yes,
up, okay? On that item number 3, on this, what you're looking at right here, Gerald, the Millington Township over here on your right hand side. Let's go down to number 3. This one right here.
Is there 2 of them?
it's the stuff that he had at our last meeting.
From your last meeting.
Okay.
Do you mind if I play the opening of the planning commission meeting concerning the Tabernacle of Praise special land use permit? You okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Sorry, folks, I looked at all this, but I'm sorry, my speaker's up to 100%.
Would you pause? And towards the middle.
Yeah.
If you go to the middle, work the circle.
Said pause.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to go down here.
Yes, right in the middle. Left click. On the left side. There you go. No, that's stuff.
I gotta get it in a circle, don't I?
Yep, okay.
There we
I
go.
think I have speakers that we can.
Okay,
hook up together.
wonderful. Fantastic, that'd be great. Sorry, I didn't bring popcorn for you guys. Now we have time to get a drink though. water, pop, soda. Wish I had thought watch everything.
Maybe some in the refrigerator.
I'm good.
Okay.
Bracelets loaded up like golf. It's like
Too late for that.
You know, there was just residue in it.
You guys bring it up on that?
Yeah, I'm not
They had to do that ahead of time.
Just
Jackie had to set that all up ahead of time.
Shut up. Right, where's your plug?
It's all stuck on this floor.
The heat and cold block somewhere.
So, I mean.
Will it reach the table, Bob?
What's that?
Will it reach the table?
It's a little short. No, it's just too short. Top one? Sure. You want
Just push your,
to use that? Thank you.
I'll stand for you.
yeah, just push your not.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for.
She's right there.
Okay.
That turned up all the way. Okay.
The first item that came to the call out concerning that that I have raised with Alvin as a concern
Please take note, Tammy took a concern to this.
for special land use permit addition of a 20 by 30 in carport to the church. That is the exact wording that was published and sent to the houses around the area. So my feeling is you're gonna vote on it, discuss it, and we probably could discuss it, and try to get ready to discuss it here to remove that special public hearing. Because the wording in the publication is not accurate. When we wait until we get to that area and discuss it. For the reason we experienced before and so kind of it was. But it is separately, it's all the same. But it wasn't published that we would be voting on the church. They published the all the documents. And yes, I agree in our discussions, we wanted to actually agree on special land use permit or the church be or that site would be a church.
Printed for William and Loretta Eldridge proposal for special land use. Motion for your voting. It also says for addition, 20 by 30 carport, which everyone will praise church, which the addition, your planning commission doesn't have to vote on. But in conjunction with the special land use permit, you actually have to approve the site plan complaint. But that should read, William Red Aldridge continues to special purpose and site plan review. So.
Exact wording in the publication. The publication said nothing about
The site plan.
the site plan. Or nothing about having a special land use to have that site in a church, and I know that's what we want, I'm not disagreeing with that. But it wasn't put in the publications.
It does say proposal for special land use building.
But it says special land use permit for addition of 20 by 30 carport. That's exactly what it says. So what was publicized with all we vote up is a 20 by 30 carport. That's what.
Need a special land use permit for a small right.
I totally agree with that thing.
So I don't think the addition of the 20 by 30 carport impacts the fact that we're voting on special land use.
If I read that in a publication, I figured all that's gonna be discussed is a 20 by 30 carport. I don't think we don't really probably raise the issue. But it's not what was publicized when for the notice.
You talking in paper?
In the paper, yes.
I'm going to look it up right now.
And your attention.
It came to my attention when I was doing the meeting agenda on Wednesday at 3:00. And I asked Alvin how he wanted to handle it. Alvin was going to contact the people from the church representatives and basically inform them that he could not vote on their proposal this week.
It seems like when it came to your attention, someone would have reached out to me, who would then reach out to our attorney to make sure that we had the approval to move forward with the special land use permit. It needs to make property owners wait another month to get the special land use permit approved. Yeah, I actually gave to you in last month's meeting for you to discuss what your relation rework.
I mean, I contacted Alvin immediately as soon as I heard about it.
And when we have a problem, we usually go check with the lawyer. You could ask the lawyer about it too. So that we can get these fixed before we can, we set a meeting here. To get an answer, and you can probably would say, it says special land use permit.
For addition of 20 by 30 carport.
So your point was your thing.
For me, it was correct, because it was not a permit for the church. When we discussed that last meeting, we only discussed it every township meeting. Everybody is very clear on what that permit's for. So they can do their addition.
Right. They've operated at this location for several years.
We need that permit before they can change it.
Well, I've got a few. First off, that land is old light industrial.
It's not currently owned like industrial, it's part of.
Wait, who changed it? Who changed it? Because I know the owners and they did not request that it be changed.
I wrote you all the documents.
Well, I
Question, you have reached out to me anytime within this last month.
don't understand how it got changed. Because the landowner has to request a change.
Well,
And I guarantee you, Jack Meineke didn't ask. Carson Leach didn't ask. Falls didn't ask. And McIntyre's didn't ask, because that would have made McIntyre's warehouse useless. They couldn't sell it. Well, yeah, it was like.
we don't even have like industrial.
Since we don't know, nobody's here that was there then. We can't fix something we don't know. We have to have it's a church. It fits, it is its own residential area. And you have residential, you get special arrangements, they go to church. And this was a church at least back in 2007 and 9. I know, in 2007 it was a church. Yeah. A few years back, or something, it was, you know, the ideal situation would be wanting to do maybe an special land use.
He just went in because you guys authorized him to put a sign out there.
There were 3 years ago. Alright,
Like this
so I want to check the back. So I guess so what we're trying to understand is what was published is different than what you will be discussing tonight. If you read it. I don't read it that anymore. Here's the special land use permit. Or addition. So they can put on the addition.
Need a special land use permit, just put in addition. We need a special land use permit for
That's something. I don't see anybody that interact with us with take this to zoning board of appeals saying we voted on something that wasn't published. That's all I'm trying to avoid. I mean, I understand what we wanted to do. I make a motion that we approve the special land use permit for the church.
changing the agenda.
He's just talking about. That's all we're doing. So you want the agenda added to include.
Site plan approval.
Did you catch that?
For the land use. A church and so. That's what we need to add.
We just need to add and site plan approval, because at your last meeting, you voted to approve the special land use permit and the site plan approval at the same meeting. So you would voting on both of those tonight. Your site plan approval was not included on your agenda. And for a change.
That's right, and site plan approval, things covered instead of all the right information. So we should go. I just, well, I make a motion that we update the item 1 and 3 wording to read proposal for special land use permit for a church and site plan approval. I'll second.
Be clear, it already said this. Sure.
And church and site plan approval. Sure, that's it. Oh. And say
Okay. That's that part. If I'm gonna use this again, if you guys want to hear about the other meeting, about me being denied to speak, we can listen to that too at a later time if you want to leave this here.
Okay, but he's going to need his chair back, so.
Okay. I know the feeling. Okay. Wait for Ms. Cameron to get back.
There's one for you.
Okay. They changed the
Don't trip over.
Clarification. Luann, you just resigned from your position on the planning commission, correct?
Correct.
Correct. Okay. So, just a side note. Before your next meeting, are you guys gonna appoint someone? Because the next planning commission meeting is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, December 12th. Will they only have 4 people or will they have 5?
The next planning commission meeting it will be in January.
They're not gonna have one on 12th of December?
No, it got canceled.
How come?
Alvin canceled it due to lack of any important business.
Okay, okay. Man, that's all you guys got going on? No important business? Okay. Does anybody see a problem with that? Because in your packet, you'll see the special land use permit request and the drawing and what was published in the paper and what was sent to the residents. And here, led by the zoning administrator and the township liaison at the time, and other board members, they changed the verbiage of what they're voting on compared to what was sent to the people and published in the paper. I'm just curious, does anybody see any issue with them voting on something that in a special public hearing, you can't change the verbiage? Because this carport wasn't even going to be built until the spring. So they had time to get it right. So anyways, I'm just asking board members, do you guys see any problems with this?
It should never went forward. It should have been corrected.
Yes. So basically, yeah, the 30 days has passed for zoning board of appeals, but believe me, I want that church to be there. If anybody's preaching the gospel of Christ, I'm all for it. Bring it on. Don't stop them. But since it was discovered that they didn't have a special land use permit to operate as a church, wouldn't the township want to do it right for once? Or are we still going to keep going down that let's do everything wrong road? Let's get off that road and start going on the right way road. So
That's what we did. We sent it to the planning commission to get a special land use permit.
you're correcting that right now?
No, we did it a few months ago when we
You're not understanding the point here. I understand what you're saying. You're not understanding that they voted on something that was not published in the notification in the paper for a special public hearing. With a special public hearing, you're supposed to take action on what is published in the paper and what is sent to the residents in that mailing zone. You can't change the verbiage without it being corrected in the mailing and in the paper. You understand what I'm saying, Carol?
Yep.
Because they voted on this. That wasn't in the paper. And at the time, your liaison, your ex officio, Mrs. Jarzel, stated in that meeting that was just played right at the beginning, it was correct. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't, folks. It wasn't. Not for what they voted on. So a solution? Please send this back to the planning commission, which is a special land use permit to operate as a church.
Just got a copy of it right here. It's signed.
Okay, that's another thing I want to show you. Look at the date Alvin signed it. What date is that?
I'm not sure.
10/10, 25?
It looks like it could be a 19.
10/19.
19? Okay.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Okay, now, right above that, look and see when right above Alvin's signature, see the 2 little lines there? What's that top one say?
This?
Yeah.
October 13th,
Of
24.
24. Huh. So they had the special public hearing on October 13th of 2024. And the other, on the bottom of that, read that bottom sentence, Laura, please. This, yes.
Date permit shall take effect
And what date is on that?
October 13th, 2024.
Anybody see a problem there? Okay. But anyways, I'm just pointing out, guys, once again, we went down the wrong way road. Can we please just send this to the planning commission just for a special land use
Correction.
permit to operate as a church? To do it, so no one in the future ever has to go through this again. Let's just fix it and do it right.
Yeah, that carport should never been put on there. That's a
As it
zoning
said,
permit.
as it said, even your zoning administrator said zoning. It only took a zoning permit. It didn't take a special land use permit and the word for, FOR, for. If anybody wants to Google that for the definition, it's not me to give it, but it's wrong. Let's fix it. Please, 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 please. Anybody have any questions on that? Because also, you know, Laura, you had in your acknowledgement of that paper that you sent me, you said they abided by section 1803 for the standards. But if you were to look up on section or article 18 of section 1801, on the second line, such application shall contain a description of proposed use. 1801. So a special use would be to operate as a church. Any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Do we have a solution to get that fixed? Please, please, just don't put these people through anymore. I don't care if the township wants to cover them paving a new parking lot. I could care less. Just get this fixed. You can pay for the publication and whatever else is involved. If it's a new parking lot for them, or you can build your carport. I don't care. On the item 4 about the lack of communication for the special land use permit for Michigan Sand Products, I think that'll play itself out eventually up in Carroll.
What do you mean by that?
I am assuming maybe that someone up there would have something to say about that. But
That's pretty big.
do you guys,
It's a threat.
does everybody understand your agenda policy? I know you read from it.
Yes, I
Sharon,
do.
so- Okay. Now, we want to watch the video of how you guys booted me off the agenda or not?
Sure.
I've just watched it, so, but whatever you want to do.
Well, it doesn't matter to me.
Wait, you just said it didn't matter to you. If it doesn't matter to you, I would like to get going and I don't want to watch it if we don't have to.
I would
You
like to see
literally
it.
just said it did not matter to you,
It doesn't, because you guys are the subject matter experts.
Okay. even though I've only had 1 year experience and you have over
Okay.
12.
I guess that's kind of why I'm putting this stuff out. If it was done wrong, it needs to be fixed.
Did you know that you can talk to me outside of here at any time?
You know, you have my phone number.
I don't have an issue, well, I kind of do, but I don't have a legal issue with you, Mr. Word.
I don't have a legal issue with you either, Mrs. Cameron.
It sounds like you do have legal issues.
Yeah,
But you can come talk to us anytime. We don't have to waste everyone's time listening to everything you have to say.
I must apologize to you folks for wasting your time. Please accept my humble apologies for pointing things out that were not done correctly. I'm sorry for wasting your time because I know we're getting all tired of it being done wrong all the time.
Before we hit play, I just would like you to ask. I would like to ask you, when you point things out that we're doing wrong, is it to seriously fix it? Because
Yes, it is.
if that's all it was, I
Yes, it
feel
is.
like you would consult with us, you would have open dialogue, and we could talk like adults.
I wanted to last month, but I was denied.
Because we didn't have anything, and then Mr. Worth asked you to come up here so we could have dialogue, so I could understand where you were coming from.
You did on that meeting.
I did. I asked you.
You and I, one-on-one.
I am seriously wanting to understand where you're coming from and I'm wanting to learn. Lots of times it feels like you just pull things out because you just want the attention.
Right.
They're like
No, I
these
wanted-
kids in high school that just,
My goodness, little kids.
I
My
said high
goodness,
school.
look how you guys act up here. You talk
I
about little
said high
kids,
school.
watch this video. I'm telling you what, it's like a Saturday morning cartoon.
Okay. The agenda,
Okay, I have some issues with the agenda for tonight.
okay,
I would first like to address the agenda item that was added for Mr. Bob Word on November 12th. On November 12th, the drafted agenda prepared by the office administrator did not include Mr. Word. And on November 13th, supervisor directed it added. However, the only document that he may receive from Mr. Word is a brief request asking to be placed on the agenda with no background information provided. Our meeting agenda policy clearly states the agenda items must be accompanied by background information helpful to the board. And that residents are not to be placed on the agenda unless the board has previously determined.
Pause that right there. Just for a moment. When I brought that request in to be on the agenda, if that was your official policy, by law, do you think that I should have been given a copy of your agenda policy or told about what was required to be on your, what I was required to provide and the steps, the cadence to be taken to be placed on your agenda at that time? Don't you think that?
When were you notified that you were going to be on the November 17th agenda?
I believe the 13th, or
Okay,
not the 13th, that Thursday, I'm sorry.
okay. And how did you receive that notification?
I received a email from Robert Loomis that I was added on the agenda.
Okay, did you receive any phone calls from anyone?
No, I did not.
So, so Mr. Loomis notified you of being on the agenda.
He said, I have been added to the agenda.
Did he notify you of the requirements of being, it had requiring documentation to support what you have?
No, because I thought maybe I would have got that right when I immediately asked for it.
But so he didn't notify you.
No,
It
ma'am.
was never required before.
Okay, here we go, because you look at the Dudley's issue and the Morrises and the other people that have spoken.
Their concerns should be added to a future agenda. It also states that residents should first bring concerns under public comment, and then if appropriate, the board may place the matter on the next month's agenda with proper documentation. Because this CRIM request does not meet the requirements of our policy, I request to remove this item from tonight's agenda and allow Mr. Word to speak during public comment as a policy. The next item, I would like to address is an item from last month's agenda. Last month, the board had an agenda item titled Potential Charges Against Planning Commission Members, Feasants, and non-feasants in office. That item was tabled and it does not appear on tonight's agenda. Because the matter was tabled and remains unresolved, I am requesting to add an item under old business tonight, and to have potential action. So the board may determine how it wishes to proceed. And in addition, the following up on relegation response. I would also like to add an item under old business regarding the conflict response to the during the flag commission August 11th meeting. This item should be listed with a potential action item, so the board can determine how it wishes to proceed with commitments made in the township attorney letter dated October 30th. And then also, I'd like to add under new business and action item is for MTA Winter Academy, January 2013 and 14. For all the attendance of board commissioners, some items to get the early bird prices. So
So, add the planning.
I can make the motion. I make a motion to approve the agenda with the removal of item 1, application regarding a request in township ordinance procedures and policies, and the addition of tabled item potential charge. The office. Prohibition improvement. And also under old business, bylaw, may allegation response. And the addition under new business and action items of MCA winter here. Your request had no documentation. Did not receive that until you walked in the room tonight. And that's against our policy.
Okay, no documentation. In 2024, on April 15th of 2024, Pastor Blair was on your agenda and spoke without any prior information. May 20th, 2024, Brian Harris and Ryan Robinson spoke at your meeting without any prior information provided to me, or nor could I find. 2025, for January 20th, Sherry Morris and Mark Morris were on the agenda and spoke. They didn't provide anything, at least I didn't get anything from Mrs. Cameron. May 19th, John Ramirez was on the agenda and spoke without any prior thing given to the board. August 18th, Steve Beauvais. October 20th, Kara Colton. And then
She did give is that the one from the DNR?
Yeah, did she give?
We got the whole presentation
Okay,
emailed
let's
to us
scrap-
ahead of
let's
time.
just take her off.
And I
we
think
just-
Mr. Beauvais
we
did
just
provide
got-
information too.
Why wasn't it given to me in my requests? At least notification, I guess you did.
So that is my motion. Support.
He did turn in the explanation. I will be addressing a township board about the lack of communication regarding a request. And also about your township ordinance procedures and policy. By board member, but he's the only officer or supervisor no mayor until Friday. He did do that.
This information is what we need to have in order to have it on the agenda. This information was not there, and that's not the only item. If there been him from being on this agenda, he has to bring it to us via public comment, and we as a board can decide whether he has pertinent information that makes it legitimate for him to be on the agenda. This is a public comment, Mr. Word. Well, we're moving forward, following the policies and procedures, and that is also one of the procedures up for discussion in continuous agenda. We haven't looked at that every meeting is something. Stick to the policy.
That's not our policy.
It is our policy.
No, it isn't.
Laura just read it. Wasn't that what she read? What are you stating that is not the policy?
There is no time that he's supposed to turn this in.
It does say that in the run space, or it does say that in the run
Or will be placed on the agenda.
You can send it down and he's supposed to bring company documentation. He gave us one sentence. I would be a good township board about the lack of communications during the class, but I can't do any research or how they can stand on if you don't know what he's going to talk about or have anything to discuss if you don't know. This is the thing we're vague if you try. I would be addressing township board about the lack of communication regarding the request. The water township one's $50,000.
Would that be anything like Mark and Sherry Morris and Dudley? About just saying they want to talk about SDRs?
So
Just curious.
on the
We'll
morning,
finish this up. We'll finish this up.
Agenda items must be accompanied with background information helpful to the board members for understanding the issue.
If not, you just move everything, or if you can't have any open dialogue about anything, we don't know what we're going to be talking about.
So when you're telling me nobody's done,
I'm not saying a word about that, I'm saying I'm how.
but you've never done it in the past.
We're moving it forward.
Right, that's enough of that. So.
So Mr. Loomis or Mr. Worth, can I ask you a couple questions?
After I'm all done with my presentation, please.
Well, it's written in regards to the documentation, so it would be fitting, but okay.
Okay. On December 1st, I had requested information. I'll read it to you in case you, I think you guys may have it, but if you don't, records requested. Any and all correspondence and communications that the township clerk or administrative assistant sent out to the Millington Township board members concerning the audio taped meeting that she, Laura Cameron, and I, Robert Worth, had on November 21st, 2025. This request also covers any and all correspondence and communications from the audio taped meeting that the township clerk had with Steve Lay just prior to a meeting on November 21st, 2025, that was sent or communicated to the Millington Township board members in any form. The information requested includes both sent and received emails, sent and received text messages, phone calls, sent and received instant messages that were sent on any type of a device from township property or personal devices. I'm requesting this information be made available to me by 4 p.m. on December 4th, 2025, which is today, so I can have it for the meeting. And I'm very grateful you got that to me.
You're welcome.
Luann, did you receive any emails, text messages? Where am I here? Phone calls or did you send any replies or receive any instant messages from any device back to the sender of the information?
I may, on the computer, may have acknowledged and said, thank you for sending them. That was it.
Via the email?
Mhm.
Okay, Mr. Cook. Same question. Did you receive any type of message? Includes both sent and received emails, sent and received text messages, phone calls, sent and received instant messages, anything like that. Did you?
Have I received the emails?
Or text messages, instant messages, phone calls?
Yeah.
From Mrs. Cameron or anybody else on the board concerning it?
The recordings on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Via what? How?
I think it was emailed.
Okay. Sharon, same question. You need me to rewrite it? Reread
I
it?
just got the information via email from Laura and I never responded to anyone. I had no other conversations.
Laura,
Yes,
same
sir.
question to you.
Jackie sent it out for me, so she sent it to the 5.
That's it, on emails. That's it.
Yeah.
Mr. Loomis,
Yes,
did you receive in any form the information that I requested includes both sent and received emails, sent and received text messages, phone calls, sent and received instant messages that were sent on any type of device from township property and personal devices?
yes, I did.
Would you receive?
I received the email about the voice recordings
Okay,
and also got a text notified me that I had a recording an email.
addressed to just you?
No, there was 4 people involved in that.
So the rest of the board received a text message from Laura concerning the audio tapes that she had sent out.
Yes, I believe they was from Laura. I'd have to look, but
Okay,
Was it just stating that they were there?
okay, but did you realize or do you realize when I asked this, and I just asked you guys the same question, 4 said no, they didn't receive anything, and Mr. Loomis said he did receive text messages.
I said I received information that the messages.
And I asked you if we look on the tape, like via email, and you said yes.
I received the information, the the recorded message via email,
Right.
yes.
Anything on text?
I could look, but I do not recall.
Okay.
I
Well,
do
here's
not
my
recall a
point.
text.
Huh?
I do not recall getting a text. It was in my email.
Do you have that text on your phone by any chance that you could bring up
Yeah,
just to see? I'm just asking. I don't know.
you mean who received it?
Yeah. And any replies? I'm sorry about wasting.
It should have been.
So okay, what is the point? I guess is what I'm asking.
Go to the messages, then hit done,
What?
hit done. Is that will pull up the message?
Yeah, but you want to know who received it? Is that what?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's what I thought. It says Luann and 3 people. Luann, Laura, Sharon.
Okay, all right. The text message was sent out. Everybody can agree on that.
To look in your email for the,
I did not get it.
asked For the Freedom of Information Act about any text messages and I didn't get anything. And do you know that when any person on the board sends a group text to fellow board members, was there any replies on that?
I think there was one.
Okay. Do you realize that that is a huge violation of the Open Meeting Act, folks?
informational,
It's-
information is
Check that
not
on
violation.
text, check it on text messages. Check that on text messages, Mrs. Kindness, before you go further. You can address it later. I don't want you to.
Okay.
I don't want you to get in trouble. I really don't. I'm just saying, when I request this stuff and I don't get it, you lied to me, you lied to me, you lied to me.
I didn't lie,
Okay, you misled me.
Okay.
for crying out loud.
But anyways, I'm just saying. I didn't receive that information, because here's the only thing I received. Was about the emails, nothing about the text. So I've got more to talk about, but you know what, folks? I think that we're about done here, because we've proven that the Open Meeting Act was maybe violated once again by the township board, not only the zoning board of the zoning planning commission, I'm sorry, but possibly by the township board itself, because on these emails that I got, let me look at these real quick. SharePoint. You can't realize that when you send out the email like that, they're supposed to be blind carbon copied,
Mhm.
so no one can reply. Or if they do, it only goes back to the sender. You don't see it in a group.
Mhm.
That was not done. These were sent out CC'd, not BCC'd. So again, I'm just bringing out a possibility of the Open Meeting Act being violated by the township board on this. Okay, folks, and your question to me was,
So
I see you must have a whole.
I do. I have a list, on the morning of November 17th. You came into the office. Do you recall the purpose that you came in for? That would be the morning
I was-
before the meeting.
I was gonna drop off the information, then I realized that I didn't have everything in order that I wanted to give you guys. And I think my reply was, I'll bring it back later,
Okay,
correct?
correct. It is correct.
Yeah, that's what I did.
So
I'm not
why
gonna lie, I
didn't
don't
you-
lie.
why didn't you leave that information when Jackie offered to have you leave it with her at that point?
Because I wanted to have all my ducks in a row before I gave you impartial information. I wanted to
Were
make
you
sure
missing
that
something?
yes, I was.
What were you missing?
Part of my presentation.
Okay, so,
Next question, please.
so, why didn't you bring that back that day?
Because I got tied up.
Okay. So what provoked you to bring that in and you were going to drop it off?
To give you guys some time to go over, it, but it wasn't
So,
enough
so,
time.
so
But it
how,
wasn't
but
enough
how
time.
did you know to bring that in for us to bring, to go over it if
Because
you've
I
never?
wanted to be a common courtesy to give it to you guys.
Okay, okay. Okay,
That it?
no? Do you want me to address any of your information, the things that you brought up?
If you would so be inclined.
So at our last meeting, the agenda request in question did not include the required materials. That is why you were denied. For that reason, in accordance with a written policy, the item was removed from the agenda. The resident was still given full opportunity. You were given full opportunity to speak at public comment. And so you were not denied being listened to. You were not singled out by me. And you were removed and also offered to be on another meeting. The board has required documentation from people requesting to be on the agenda on many occasions. I do acknowledge that in the past, it was true that our board had not always enforced the agenda submission policy as consistently as we should have. This inconsistency was not intentional, but it has led to confusion of both residents and board members. A discrimination claim requires that you had said I had discriminated against you. Requires that you were treated differently because of protected characteristics. Your complaint does not identify any protected class, nor does any evidence suggest such a motive. Enforcing a written policy does not cause discrimination. So, in regard to your claim that in your claim, this is what you said, quote, Supervisor Mr. Loomis was not listened to when he attempted to speak and stated other individuals had been allowed to be on the agenda to speak in the past when they did not meet the requirements set forth in the township policy agenda. In the October 20th, 2025 meeting at the same time, if you want to look it up on the timestamp, it's 1:59. Mr. Loomis refused to let anyone speak twice for the second public comment. He stated, "You're only allowed one. That's what the rule says." And when questioned why, because in past meetings, people commented on both comments, he got the policy and read, "Public comment shall be limited to 3 minutes. Each speaker is entitled to only 3 minutes. Time during each meeting, the board adhered to the policy when he pointed it out." So being consistent with
Because that's the one that's turned on your bulletin board that nobody knew about. It's been there for
excuse me, I'm speaking. So being consistent with Mr. Loomis's actions from October 20th, following written policy at the next meeting is going along with the precedents that he set. If anything, our action moves the board towards consistency, not away from it. The board is strengthening procedures for everyone, not just Mr. Worth. Yes.
Once that was brought up, he pointed it out, prove out to you how it was gonna be. Okay, right? So when I came in to bring in my request, why wouldn't it be in your policy that the person or group or whatever must be on your agenda? Be given a copy of your Millington Township agenda policy.
So at our last meeting, did you notice that we are in the last 2 meetings, we have been discussing policies and procedures.
Discussing and handing them out are two
And
different things. You approved it?
Excuse me. So we're discussing what needs to be put into them. This now can be put into them. That is one of the things that I now will look into and possibly say, okay, part of our issue, we need to state to the person, send it. I can't make that decision. I'm going to bring it to the board's consideration. Recommend.
You quit interrupting her.
To put it on.
You're not.
I'm going to recommend, but we are trying to move forward with policies and procedures and to get them in order. And when we keep getting interrupted and told, so my point is, we are in the process of doing this. And if you have a suggestion of what we could do, just like saying, hey, I would recommend giving this out, it is totally accepted for us. So my big thing is, just because a rule hasn't always been enforced does not mean it cannot be enforced now. And we are trying to move forward and to do better. Like you say, at every time you come to public comment, just do better, follow your ordinances, follow your procedures. But when we follow the procedure, you start spouting out from the back of the room discrimination. And it is
say discriminate. The only time I ever did discrimination was the paperwork I gave you.
I heard
have
you say
never said
that in the back of the room. Isn't that discrimination?
Well,
So I'm just
So-
stating,
I am stating that I feel as though the reason that I was taken off your agenda was that you did not want me to point out anything else that you're doing wrong, because you guys are getting tired of being told what you're doing wrong. And when you chose me to enforce your township agenda policy, you discriminated against me with intent to do me harm.
I did not.
I believe so. I believe you motioned it and Luann seconded it with that purpose. That is my belief.
Well, that is totally inaccurate.
Your belief does not make it a fact, and you were going to be allowed to speak at the next meeting. So it's not that we weren't going to hear what you had to say.
Fact.
She's talking.
It's okay, honey. You were going to be allowed to have your time. We were not keeping you away.
It's just funny that you chose that moment to enforce.
I had been going over the policies and realized that that was a requirement, and that's why it was brought forth.
And as we go along and redo these policies, everybody from the top down will know this, so that anybody in the office, when these requests come in, will have the same information and be able to hand out the proper information. Top down.
Website.
So
Yeah,
do-
did you hear that? And on your website. Speaking of website, how come your ordinances aren't kept up to date, or your amendments on your website?
It's this on the list of things to discuss tonight.
No, but since Mr. Lee brought up that should be on the website, how come those things aren't brought up or aren't renewed on the website? I realize you told me
Happy
many
to
times.
Look into it and get back to you.
Okay. All right, thanks, Doug.
Thanks, Bob.
Oh, can I say one other thing? Now that Mrs. Jarrett's all off the planning commission, does that excuse her from any of this malfeasance or anything from the planning commission members, or is she protected under board? I'm just curious, because if you're gonna charge these guys with malfeasance, yeah, pick and choose, folks.
Rules should be for everybody. Okay. Action items, number 1. Open Meetings Act complaint determination. I think we agree to set up a hearing.
I believe that's the next step.
Yep. And make a motion, Laura, I believe that's your job, to set up a hearing or post one. When would we want to do it?
You want to complete the motion and then we'll set it up, maybe?
I make a motion, we set up a hearing for the Open Meetings Act violation.
Support.
There's been a motion to set up a hearing for the Open Meetings Act violations and it's been supported. Is there any discussion? Not all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion pass. Do we want to set up a date now or?
Yes, if we could.
Any thoughts or ideas?
Can we do it in January?
Yeah, we got the other meeting the 22nd, so I guess Thursday seemed to work the best for me, or I guess I'm pretty open.
You don't want to do it on a regular meeting night?
Can we do it with our regular meeting on the
So
19th?
you're talking the 19th, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, let's set it up for the 19th then. I didn't know if you wanted to do it another day.
That's on our regular meeting.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's our regular. So everybody in agreement with the 19th, January
that's
19th?
fine with me.
Okay, That's what we'll do then.
Cause we're gonna be here all.
We'll be here anyways. You do the posting and stuff, yeah? Okay, thank you.
My apologies.
Thanks. Mhm.
We all set then?
We make a motion, we adjourn. Support.
There's been a motion to adjourn, been supported. Is there any discussion? Not all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passed.
No.
Hey, Danny. Did you consider that we might have a shitty? My text message. But I didn't want to say that.
Kidding. So it's.
Call me a liar. I shouldn't have lost my rule.